I've been losing friends and finding peace. Honestly, that sounds like a fair trade to me. You don't realize that it's a gift when somebody steps out of your life, because in the moment, it never feels good. I remember when I was 17 years old. I'm in high school and I have a few friends, but I don't really know who my real friends are. Something happens to me though, or rather I do something and it gets me in trouble. I go to school on a Saturday and I'm supposed to just be there to go get something in my locker and leave, but I get bored. So I start looking around for something for myself to do, and eventually I end up going into the school cafeteria. I went into the cafeteria and I started putting money into my account. Virtual money, right? So if my bank balance was 0, I made it so that it was like 500 so I wouldn't have to spend money on food for school. Basically, I was getting myself a free lunch. I didn't realize how many problems this would cause me though. About a week later, I show up at school and I get calls from my class and they tell me, hey, we need you to come to the principal's office. So I go to the principal's office and they tell me, we caught you doing something. Was this you? I don't have an alibi. They say we have you on camera. I said, shit, that was me. But anyways, some of my friends that I had at that time, once they found out, what do you think they did? This girl that I used to have a huge crush on that was also my best friend, she found out that I had gotten suspended from school. And I remember we had taken these pictures together and I posted the pictures of us on my Facebook story as my profile banner. And while I was suspended, in the middle of the school day, she calls me and tells me to take it off because it's not fair to her. She was ashamed to be seen around me. It's a blessing when people like this are removed from your life. And I didn't realize it at the time because I was in so much pain. This person I thought was my friend was really not. I've been reading this book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. In this book, the author talks about conflict and conflict with the people that are your friends, the people you think you love, right? He says, without conflict, there can be no trust. Conflict exists to show us who is there for us unconditionally and who is just there for the benefits. When you have a conflict with somebody in your life, watch how they respond. You will be able to tell whether or not that person is actually there for you. Because what happened last year is that I had a huge conflict with somebody, and after the conflict, you look around to see who is still here. Let's say you hurt this other person. If they really loved you for who you were and not for what you give them, they will stay around. So that's the thing about these friends, these people you think are your friends. The truth is, they're not really your friends. Because if they were, when something happens, when something that's a conflict happens, they will figure out, how can we resolve this? They won't separate themselves from you. And now here's the thing. There are a lot of benefits to being friends with other people. That's the reason why we get drawn to these humans that come into our life, is they offer us some benefit. They offer us something that we feel like we can't get on our own. And honestly, if they're not there for you unconditionally, bro, you think they're your friend. But the truth is, they will leave in a heartbeat when you do something bad to them. And that's not really a friend. Now, the person that I'm thinking of, I have so much love for this guy. But the truth is, I can have love for him and at the same time recognize that when I needed him, he was not there for me. That's not a real friend. Because picture this. Imagine a woman that's about to give childbirth. A woman that's literally pushing a human life out of her body. to the person that she loves, to the person that is there for her for everything, her husband, the one that she is in love with, she will say some of the worst things to that person in that moment of pain. A lot of times, she might even say, I hate you. When people are in a lot of pain, they say bad things. When they're in a lot of pain, they don't say what is necessarily good for the other person to hear. So if you're in a situation where you're in a lot of pain and the person leaves you, they stop talking to you while you're in a lot of pain, just know that there is no loss there. It feels like a loss right now, but the truth is, you have filtered somebody out of your life that wasn't meant to be on such a high level, that wasn't really meant to be your friend, the person you thought that is gonna be there for you no matter what. And that's why we have conflict. We have conflict so we can separate who's really there for us and who's just there because we offer them something. My friends from high school, I was a smart kid in high school, and being friends with me had its benefits. I would make your life easier. I would help you and I would offer you valuable things. As a good student, you wanted to be friends with me. So that was the benefit that they got. And then you look at the same thing as you develop in life. You become a valuable person to be around. You become a valuable person for people to extract resources. But as soon as you say something that hurts their feelings, well, now it's time for them to leave because this is almost getting to be too much for them. Never say sorry for being you. Never apologize for being your authentic self, because the people that really care about you, they won't leave when you show your true colors. Deep down inside, I always had this fear of abandonment. It came from when I was growing up. I didn't have the most secure relationship with my parents. So a lot of times I wouldn't show my true colors to people because deep down inside I fear that if I really show who I am, this person will want to leave me. They won't want to be friends with me anymore. Do you know how painful that is? You can never really be yourself because at the end of the day, if you fully show who you are, where are people gonna be? I don't see a whole lot of people in my corner. And I think part of it is because I've decided I'd rather be the fullest version of myself and have nobody than be a fake version of myself surrounded by people. And this is the choice you have to make. Because I guarantee you won't be alone forever. Eventually you will find those people that vibe with the authentic version of yourself that you're putting out there. And this is why I talk to you. Because I feel like I can be completely authentic with you. And sometimes these things that I post, I know people in my life are gonna see them, and I don't give a fuck anymore. Because if you're not gonna accept me for who I am, then you can get the fuck from around me. And I know it sounds harsh, but the truth is, I only want real people around me. I don't want the people that like me for the surface level of me or whatever benefit they get from me. Learn to love yourself unconditionally. That's the first step. And that's where I got to myself is, no matter what happens, I don't say anything bad about myself. I really do love me for who I am, and it just changes everything. And I think once you fully love yourself, you won't put as many conditions on other people for them to earn your love. They might make you upset, but you know that deep down inside, because you love yourself, you can love this other person unconditionally too. And until you get to that point, you're just gonna have fake relationships with people. And if that's the relationship you enjoy, that's fine. I'm not gonna judge other people for the kinds of relationships they have, because I used to have that too. But now when I talk to people, I just have such authentic conversations. People will tell me parts about their lives on our first interaction that I would never expect a stranger to tell me. And it's the most beautiful thing. I don't want this surface level bullshit. I want real relationships with real people. People that will tell me, damn bro, I've been struggling with this. And they'll be honest about it. They won't try to cover up what's really bothering them. So if that sounds like you, join my community. It's the first link in the description. It's free for right now. It's gonna be paid in the future. If you get in now, you get grandfathered in. You never have to pay. Don't wait too long. Make sure you have real ones around you. Peace. And the author mark, man. Oh shit. I've been saying Manson's Law. Wow, I didn't even know that. Did he make that up? Give me a sec, bro. He did. I've been calling it Manson's Law.